The Jabberwock lies slain before you, having given out its last breath and, in its death screams, having crushed its mistress beneath its bulk. At which point, from behind you, through the heart-shaped door, you see the Hatter slide, and he says, "Well, I guess it's over then. Callooh Calais."
It does seem to be over, yes.
Well, congratulations. See, I always knew you were Alice. You always had to be.
I always have to be. That's an interesting thought.
So, the question is, oh dearie my, he'll have to hop over Ian's character's body, like, hop.
Rory looks up and glares.
Well, we did give you warning, yet you decided this was your part. So the question is, he looks up at you with his very interestingly colored eyes, and he says, well, it's now a choice. You see, you've given us a gift, which means we have to give you a gift. It's just how it's done, you understand. So you can either keep that, and he taps the sword with his finger, or we can give you back that. And he'll point down at Alec. That seems fair. Life for a life, or a sword for a sword.
Jewel will sit down for a moment and, for all intents and purposes, she appears to be meditating. When she stands back up, she will look at the Hatter and she will say, I will accept the sword as a gift.
Wonderful. May it forever be beneficed to you to go snicker snack against any who would need to be snacked or snicked. So he'll turn to leave, and he'll stop, and he'll say, why?
Well.
Sorry, what was that, Sam?
Who am I to judge what fate has set out here? I serve it. I am not its master.
On an out of character note, that's like the most euthanatos answer you can ever give.
There were more than enough of us here who should have been capable of saving Alec. Yet that did not come to pass.
Several of us did try.
Ah, but that's not what she said. The fact is, it wasn't in the cards. Very well. He'll smile, and he'll say, in all honesty, I'm very pleased that you took the sword.
I am grateful. And she will bow to the Hatter.
The Hatter will walk over. Is Rory physically holding Alec in some way?
Yes.
How?
He's crouched over the body. I mean, he's covered him in his kilt. Like Rory's in a shirt and boxers at this point.
He'll say, the Hatter will turn, and the Hatter will smile, and the smile is very big across his face. And he'll say, you know the protections that surround this place? I'm sure you did. Anyone? No.
You refer to the library?
I refer to this section of the library. From an out-of-character perspective, those of you who've looked at it with correspondence will, of course, have seen the interlaced wards all around it.
Mm-hmm.
The Hatter will say, and yet, doesn't stop you from coming and going. He will take off his top hat and he will bow. At which point he will place his top hat back on his head, and when he does, you are standing in another part of the book maze, far away from where you were. You've got no idea where you are where you are now, frankly. However, there was one important exception. Alec's body is not with you. Would anyone like to make me an intelligence esoterica roll?
Yes, I would.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what kind of esoterica.
No, this is actually a trope in and of itself, if it helps.
Creative?
Creative will apply.
If you don't have the body, he's not dead. No, I'm just kidding.
No, come on, Discord. Respond. There we go.
Got 5 successes.
Oh, mother. Okay.
You got 4.
Okay. It's pretty straightforward. I'll just wait for other people to do the rolling thing.
3 successes.
Is it this moment that Mr. Elder decided, for the love of God, I need to buy esoteric at the end of this month?
Maybe.
Such a good skill. I love esoteric. Well, okay. Putting 2 and 2 together in your heads, and this is for all of you because there's not something I can give you without giving it all away. Well, the creatures, the beings here seem to have exhibited A, remarkable powers, but B, some of them seem to be entirely set upon leaving, in the sense that they otherwise can't do it. So clearly, regardless of if you consider the character to be benign or not, they're locked in here for a reason. However, as he pointed out, you can leave.
So they're riding Alex's body.
Yes. And if you had opted to take the sword, if you had opted to take Alec, if you'd opted to bring Alec back, they would have had no one to ride in. So clearly he tempted you in order to take what he saw was something that would tempt you so that he could ride Alec out of here.
Yeah.
All right then, boys and girls. You let that sink in for a moment. Jewel, I will write up what the Vorpal sword does, because it is snickety snack. It is actually a relatively powerful wonder, so I will give you a write-up of exactly what it does. It will be in your blue book probably tomorrow. So yes, as it stands, boys and girls, you are lost once again in the library.
Is it a straight front-back passageway, or are we at another junction?
You are basically at an intersection of 4 points. So there's north, south, east, west, basically.
Well, this is a troubling position to be in. With essentially with data site up, what's down each hallway?
They all.
How long is each hallway?
It's actually really Highwind, right? It's interesting you should say this. because you don't really have to be proactive to find sloth. As a matter of fact, being proactive is the antithesis of sloth. They all seem to lead at the exact same distance to the exact same place.
Direction doesn't matter. They all go to the same place, the same distance, the same point.
All roads lead to the same place, and they're all paved with the same substance.
I ain't got matter eyes. Don't look at me. But they all lead. They all go to Rome.
Matter, you say? Sketch just like appears right beside Winway, like bobbing his head like a snake.
Pat, pat, pat.
I got matter sight.
The walls
All
look
right.
like
They are, all the paths are made of the exact same thing.
same stuff, same distance, same destination.
Then we should pick one and go. That one.
That's fine. As you walk down the corridor, once again it will widen, and you'll feel a pleasant breeze on your forehead and on your hands. And you will see this building in front of you that appears to be made, once again, as the others have been, entirely out of books. And sitting rather prettily outside, there is a sign. However, the sign appears to be written in gibberish. If anyone would like to make me an intelligence academics roll with a threshold of 3 in order to mentally kind of recombobulate it, you can.
Would cryptography reduce the difficulty?
Yes.
Excellent.
Ooh, yay! I don't get to roll that very often.
What is the diff with cryptography?
Difficulty 4.
3.
That was intelligence. Okay.
2 successes!
Got my 3.
It is unfortunately, as I say, it is unfortunately difficulty 3, or the threshold of 3, which means you need 3.
I know.
It was diff.
For you, difficulty 4.
Okay, I'm rolling.
I got nada.
Evan.
Okay, then. 7 successes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I have possibly kind of a weird question.
Okay.
You said the sign is written in gibberish.
Yes.
Apparently gibberish. Is it like English alphabet gibberish or like a weird language?
English alphabet gibberish.
Okay.
As you guys look at it, you will notice that all of the words are in fact inversions and contortions of each other. But if you basically mentally put them right, it's like looking at an ink. It's like looking at an ink blot. It will say, and now I'm interested to see if this will give it away. It will say Baltimore State Mental Hospital.
Sorry, which one? Baltimore?
Baltimore State Mental Hospital.
Oh, nice. Sounds slams.
Oh no, yeah. Oh geez, this is gonna. Oh god.
Oh God,
Lovely.
Evan, why?
Oh, yes.
Depends. It
Yeah.
depends.
Not my fault, you guys.
It depends on which book as well. Oh, this could get dark so quickly. Oh
No,
god.
he clearly said it's a series with 4 books and 2 good ones, 2 bad ones.
No, I said 4 movies.
4 movies, 2 good ones, 2 bad ones.
I liked Red Dragon and Silence of the Lambs. Fuck
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree with your assessment. I told you guys this
I've never actually seen a series of movies where how to phrase this, where they actually make a third movie that is superior to the second movie, despite the fact the second movie had so much hype and everything, and it just died. It died for me. Sorry, continue. because Red Dragon was canonically number 3, was canonically number 1, but was released in chronologically number 3. Anyway, continue.
Unless you count Manhunter.
No one counts Manhunter. Manhunter was basically it was the Silence of the Lambs before Silence of the Lambs that did not star Anthony Hopkins, so it is wrong.
Oh, bother.
Anyway, moving on. But yes, you will see the door is swinging ever so slightly on its hinges.
I suppose the only way to go is in.
That seems to be correct.
All
It's
right.
based on Red Dragon. It's Red Dragon, by the way.
Oh, bother.
You will enter into a large spherical lobby where there is a rather attractive receptionist sitting whose face is completely bland, neutral until you enter, at which point she immediately puts on a smile. As a matter of fact, it's almost like a tick. Her head kind of ticks to the side momentarily and the smile appears and she goes, "Good afternoon, and how may I be helping you?"
We're here to visit someone.
Oh, and who might that be, sir?
I don't know. We were just told to come here.
I mean, I'm not exactly sure what you'd be meaning, sir, but I can, it would be much more helpful if you could tell me so I may be able to direct you in the appropriate manner.
Is there a sign up somewhere
Maybe.
where we are?
Yes. It says on in front of her desk. It says reception lobby.
It doesn't say Baltimore.
Not in here now.
Okay.
No.
Maybe we're in the wrong building. Where are we?
You're in the foyer of the Baltimore of the Baltimore Psychiatric Institution, sir.
Oh. Then I think we're here to see Dr. Lecter. Dr. Chilton is expecting us.
I see. Interesting. You will see her reach her hand under her table.
Data sense, is she like trying to send a signal?
Oh, she's pushing a button. Yes, that is in fact triggering a signal.
Can I block it?
Do you have forces?
I do.
Data.
I do.
It's in order to block an electrical signal, you need forces.
Yep.
Oh, I was thinking if it was digital, you could just reroute the signal. But
No, even for IT information, it's all forces based signals.
I mean,
I have 3 successes, surprisingly.
Hang on.
You don't. Okay, one at a time, kids. Thank you. Wow, my brain just died in a sentence. That is fine. But you don't know that do you have forces sight up?
No. Oh, never mind.
No, the only reason I asked is because he looked with data sight to see her do a thing. It was a data signature, so otherwise you would just see her reach under the table and poke a thing.
is there? The only other thing I could think of is possibly if there's an alarm system. If it's sophisticated enough, which I have no idea if it is, possible to hack it remotely. I do have that ability.
Everything here is circa, you would guess.
Circa no.
It sits right around circa archaic.
Yeah.
Okay, then that is a no.
Like she doesn't even have a computer on her desk.
Oh, in that case, yeah, he'll just pass it along to the group. She's calling the fuzz.
Or
Sketch
or unlocking a door.
Yeah.
That's how these old.
Maybe both.
This is an ultra secure institution we're at.
Bag locks are a thing.
Well, I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'm sorry, but Dr. Chilton clearly cannot be seeing you today. So I'm going to ask you once politely to please vacate the premises.
Called it.
Just internally, she's calling the fuzz, man.
Okay.
No, wait a minute. Are you certain he can't see us today?
Dr. Chilton does not receive visitors.
Why is that?
He is a very busy man. Dr. Chilton does not receive visitors.
This is agent trainee Starling from the FBI. He gestures to Jewel.
Sketch looks at Sam like, looks at
I thought we had
Lawrence
an
and
appointment.
stares out like, you? Closes his eyes.
Once again, I like how Jewel is the only woman in this scene.
Jewel will hold out her hand to the nurse, like for a handshake. Please, it's very important. I must speak with him.
I see, Miss Starling. Well, as I said, Dr. Cheltenham is unfortunately unavailable. However, I can have Barney take you down to the tombs if that's really what you need.
I suppose that would be all right, but there's no way I can speak to the doctor.
I'm sorry, but that is quite impossible.
Then, yes, please. That is an acceptable compromise.
A large man, he was pictured here. I just love the face he's making in that particular picture.
Yes. Okay.
Will walk out and he'll say, "Now then, allow me to be taking you all downstairs. Please step this way."
Jewel will nod and lead the way.
Now then, while you're down here, there are a couple of important rules. Do not pass him anything through the slot, or if you must do so, make sure that he is facing the back wall. Do not give him any sharp objects that could be used to harm either himself or others. Do not give him any food or drink supplements that would otherwise... Do not give him any food or drink supplements. Do not... Just a...
And he starts choking to death. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't... Do not at any time reach your hand through the delivery slot in order to present him anything personally. Any questions?
Winright shakes his head no. Nope.
Nope.
Hands and feet inside the moving vehicle at all times. Got it.
The rules are very clear.
All right. You are led down to a corridor. A long corridor. This corridor stinks of feces and of urine. It is not exactly a nice place to be. Oh no, not at all. Many of the bars are open with their inmates able to reach their hands through, and many do. Many screaming and violent and...
Rory is preparing to dodge.
Excellent. I was just going to ask someone to make a roll. Who looks the most distinguished? Eric?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Make
Eric's
me a
most
dex dodge roll. Make me a dex and dodge roll. Get more than 2 successes.
Dex and dodge.
It's mostly because he looks like the one who could most likely be a doctor.
You mean athletics?
Athletics, yeah, sorry. I was thinking of it as dex and dodge.
Sorry. Okay, 2 successes.
Yes, get 2
This will
successes.
be fun. This will be fun. What's the diff? 6?
6, yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Is he getting covered in moon pie?
He is indeed covered in poo.
Ha!
You will look around as a large handful of human excrement is thrown directly into your face.
Oh, Jewel, you may want to stay away as well.
Yeah, you may want to duel. Puts his arm around her, you know, ready to like stab the first hand that comes through, basically.
Eric's just like, there are many ways I expected today to go. This was not one of them.
Hmm. But yes, eventually, at the very end of the corridor, and the only one who was in the plate glass cell, need I add, you will find this man, whom I should bloody well hope you all know. If not, you're all a bunch of Philistines, standing, looking at you.
Did
Good
he
evening.
think of the land?
Shh. Well now, good evening. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It's a pleasure to make yours, Dr. Lecter.
So, with so I'm making a scan roll using data and spirit.
Yeah,
Got to find his connecting point.
I'm matter, life, and spirit checking him.
All right.
I like how people are assuming that this guy is actually Sloth.
Man, it's Dr.
No,
Fucking Lecter. I'm just sussing the fuck out of him, man. You know, like sloth or no, man. Sloth or no, I'm
You hold on so tightly to the lady, sir. I wonder, is this because she is important to you, or perhaps you do not feel as though you are worthy of her affections?
Sketch just stares at him like I'm not answering. No, nope.
I see. So did your mother always beat you? Did she look at you with those eyes in the morning that said she didn't care, and that's why you decided to place your affections onto this charming young lady?
Never knew my mother, so I suppose your hypothesis is kind of wrong there, buddy.
I got 3 successes.
So a surrogate in place of a doll. How interesting.
Quick question.
Yes.
I got this thing on my sheet, Evan.
Mm-hmm.
Psychodynamics.
Oh dear. This is about to go. This is about to go into weird places.
That it is. Because I'm assuming it doesn't take a genius to figure out this guy is, he's saying whatever is visibly obvious about us based on behavior or appearance to try and fuck with us, right?
Oh yeah, basically.
Is there any way to do that with him?
Really, no.
No, his okay. You could attempt that. You could, but the thing is that everything about him is incredibly clinical and sterile, with the exception of his drawings in his room, which are featured in the picture. There's everything is so obvious. You could throw it, but it wouldn't make a difference. He's actively trying to get in your heads. It doesn't matter if you insult him; he doesn't care.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I wasn't necessarily going to insult. But yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. For those of you who scanned him, he is not Sloth, and
Okay.
the fetter is not in the room.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to ask something else. What did he draw? And
What
what
do you mean?
style is it in?
Oh, what pictures are currently in his room?
Yeah.
He has a number of recreations of famous art pieces from the likes of Monet and excuse me, from the likes of Monet, Dali. He's attempted to reproduce a Rembrandt. It's really quite good. They're obvious reproductions, but they're very good reproductions. He also has a picture of the only one that is unique is a woman who is standing naked, her back to you. So you see, so all you can see is her back. I can English today. All you can see is her back, her exposed buttocks, and her arms are out, held at either side, and you can see blood flowing from. You can see blood flowing from the wrists. She has light, beautiful auburn hair that flows down to roughly about the small of her back. That's the only piece that is not a Jean de Monet or a Jean de Rode of a famous artist.
Rory recognizes her but says nothing.
So, Miss Starling. Well, the facsimile who attempted to be Miss Starling in order to have a little bit of a chin wag with me.
Certain obstacles have to be overcome in order to get this far. You're just
I
the most recent in the past.
Oh, I see. So I'm an obstacle, a bump in the road. How interesting. Well, I can only assume that you are here in order to do what I would assume many of the others sought to do. And that is, well, I don't exactly know. Banish the dark and make yourselves champions of the light, no doubt, in order to wash away whatever brutal inadequacies you feel that you must have.
That's about the gist of it.
Yes.
I have no need for such things.
Oh, really? And yet you cling to Loverboy there as if your very life depended on it. I would say that that is a dependency, that itself inherently an inadequacy.
He is protective and I am indulgent.
Oh, I see. So you think of him as one might think of a dog. A snapping terrier, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Oh my god! And we heard the moment Sketch's heart went.
Yeah. He just kind of looks over at Jewel like, wow, okay. Like that type of stare. Internally it's like, was this because I was really jealous earlier? Because if so, that was not my fault, man. That type of stare.
So, what is it that you want from me? Other than, of course, my sparkling conversational skills.
I actually am enjoying that. But,
We need to proceed forward from here. There is someone that doesn't belong here.
Well, I would argue that I don't belong here. But then again, so would every supposed madman on the face of the U.S. seaboard, or the Eastern Seaboard currently.
do you want a spoiler alert? Dr. Lecter?
Oh, do indulge me.
You get out.
Oh, I'm well aware of that fact. But you understand that the literary and the literal are entirely separate affairs. Unfortunately.
There is some overlap.
So I have an appropriate GIF.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
If I can take from this the fact that this NPC in a couple of words broke up a relationship, I will be happy. I played him good.
would have thought. I would have thought you would be an admirer of Caravaggio.
Ah, and what makes you say that?
Well, he's inspired, as all great artists should be, but the interplay between light and dark, the sublimated and not so sublimated violence, elevated to a higher level. The classical themes.
Indeed, however, you forget that whenever I decide to produce anything that is inherently offensive to my keepers, well, they decide that it is time for me to be more unduly suppressed than I already am.
Ah. I'm sympathetic. I suppose we're here looking for the next whatever sin rules this realm.
Think about it. A man who has ultimate power at the push of a button. Well, I would think that the answer to that is obvious.
Or a woman.
Oh, that's clever. And appropriate.
Shenanigans.
Would you
Dr.
like-
Chilton, you say?
Why, yes. Yes, I do.
Hmm. Shall we finish him in any particular way for you?
You see, there is a choice that you must embrace here. It's simple. It's poetic. You have how many more of these little ordeals you need to go through?
This and 3 more, I think.
Well, simply put, how to phrase. If you are amenable, let me free, and I will deal with this one for you.
Would that not be the slothful?
I don't know. Just sorry. Sorry, my wife was speaking to me. What did I quote? He wants to be let free, and he'll deal with Dr. Chilton.
Correct.
Well, we've already let another artist free and into our world. What's another one?
Wouldn't that be the slothful thing to do? And he'll gesture over at I'm sorry, Solon, I cannot remember your character's name. I went blank for a second.
Eric, it's okay.
Eric. Like nodding agreement with Eric. That would be an incredibly slothful thing to do. Letting someone else handle the problem for us.
Yes.
My. I see as if you're, how to phrase, you're well connected with the state of play. Bravo. However, this is more than a simple man wishing to have his simple vengeance. This is a vendetta. Do you know what a vendetta is?
Yes.
Good.
Hell.
It is the reason. It is vengeance given reason. It is when life becomes the chase, the hunt. That absence of self in the moment of the kill. It is the pure state of reasonable unreasonableness.
There is one thing to note, though. With the exception of gluttony, every sin that we've faced has had their own personal bodyguard. A character. I suppose one could argue that Moriarty was his, but they weren't directly affiliated. In any case,
Rory just looks at Eric.
how do
Really?
we know? How do we know that he's not working for him?
Sketch nods in agreement, like, no, he's right.
Because
Like lightning, the doctor smashes his hand against the window and he doesn't press his face to the glass, but he goes very close to the glass. He says, "Ah, I see. The social inadequacies of the individuals who think that they understand or have any reason to know or give logic to phrase. I assure you, loathing is an intense, intense feeling, a state of almost ejaculatory bliss. And that is the only state I feel towards dear Dr. Chump.
How vulgar.
Life is vulgarity. The simple art of creating a sin based upon art that has been romanticized. The world is shit, or so it was said once by wise men. It is simply a matter of accepting it.
Wipe
The
some
world's
more with
many
his
things.
handkerchief.
So I'm gonna look at the orderly, and I'm gonna scan the orderly.
Okay.
Did none of you read the books?
You get
that
a
is
nope.
main character comment.
There's a nope
Nope.
on the mental link.
There's
3 successes on that.
Yes.
I only ever saw the TV show.
I saw the first movie, and it was a long while back.
It's been probably 15 or 16 years since I've read them.
Whoever looked at the orderly,
Yeah.
because it might be important, yes. There is some semblance of link. Does your character possess mind?
Yes.
He is essentially mind linked to another entity. Somebody is watching this conversation through his eyes.
Okay.
Eric's actually going to wait. Is that information passed along the mental link or no?
Beg your pardon?
It will be passed along.
Okay.
Yes.
Eric's actually going to step back and pull out a little notebook and start writing, just like he's taking notes of this. Not at the orderly. He's watching Lecter.
Okay, that's fine.
Rory looks Dr. Lecter in the eyes. Just kind of... and there's a bit of admiration there. I don't know that the world is all shit. There are some fine things in it. You're able to appreciate them.
Not from in here, unfortunately.
How sad for you. As if you deserve the kindness of being allowed to roam free.
Well, we can but hope. The kindness and the charity of others.
The kindness and the charity of others would compel me to kill you.
I will avoid commenting on the obvious hypocrisy.
And I would avoid commenting on the fact that we're considering letting a serial killer outside.
Yeah.
You know, you lean against the wall.
No, you're not going to leave here as long as I draw breath. Not in that state. Maybe as a corpse.
I am a concept. I don't think, understand. I am a concept. I'm not exactly easy to put down.
Yes. And yet, you are caged in here.
I am caged because the concept is caged. Because he is the epitome of that thing that terrifies in the night. I am that thing that is just beyond the window pane, just behind the sheet of glass, just on the opposite end of the bars, and yet he smiles. I am still the source of nightmares.
You weren't mine, actually. Bette Midler was.
Different people have different dreams.
Bette Midler is terrifying.
Yes. Sorry, there's no other answer other than yes.
Sorry, hold on a second. I'm gonna look something up. I have a gift for you, Dr. Lecter. Not asking anything in exchange.
Oh, and what might that be?
Just an expression. One man of taste to another.
By the way, weird point, but something that you probably should do. Can you please roll me intelligence academics?
Oh, everyone?
Yeah. Actually, no. Those people who have those people who have actively read or in character have seen the Hannibal, like the Silence of the Lambs movies, or read, or who have actually role played as though they read the books.
2.
Does seeing the first movie count?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Holy shit. 3 successes.
Now is intelligence academic 6?
Yep.
3 successes. 4 if negative counts.
2.
All right. Those of you get 2 or more successes. So recall for a moment, you're not sure if this is the case, but you're kind of putting 2 and 2 together. What killed the Jabberwocky?
The Vorpal Sword.
Why did the Vorpal Sword kill the Jabberwocky?
Because that's what it was meant to do.
How does Dr. Cheltenham die?
At the hands of Lecter. Well, or a whole bunch of pigs.
That's a different fellow.
No, that's not Dr. Chilton.
That's a different guy. That's a different guy.
It's been a long time.
I'm just pointing this out. This could be the case. You're not sure if they have to correspond to Banes, but it could be a Bane. If he might, for all you know, he might be immune to everyone who is not this person.
He
It's a
could also.
possibility.
At the same point, though, there's no guarantee that just because Lecter is meant to kill that individual, if we assume that, there's no reason to assume he wouldn't kill anyone else in the process.
Absolutely. I'm just making the point that it's something for you to consider because you don't know the answer.
Shelton disappears. He doesn't actually you never actually see him die. He's alleged to, or it's implied he's killed by Lecter in Jamaica.
Yes. Yes.
But anyways, what Rory actually gives him with a smile is a song. It's Cora Vide Meo.
Oh, I see.
Or Vide Cor Meo. With 6 successes, incidentally.
The doctor will smile and he will say, "Indeed, how very poetically said. If you wish to translate bourbon, you may.
If I wish to what?
If you wish to tell people what you actually said, you may. I happen to know what it means."
Oh. See My Heart, which, by the way, is also, as it happens, a song composed by I didn't know he was Irish. What do you know? It's an Italian or Latin libretto, and it's I forget which one of the movies it's from, but I think it's the one he kills the guards with.
Yes, I think you're right.
But I'm not positive. But yes, it means see my heart. Oh no, the song first appeared in that one. No, whatever. That was not the one I meant.
Guys, would you mind horribly if we cut this short? Because I'm suddenly getting a terrible headache.
Yeah, no problem.
Sure.
Sorry, my apologies. I'll continue tomorrow. I just have to take some. I'm not even sure why. I've been. It's like weird. It's like my eyes have been watering for like the last 10 minutes, and then it was just like, oh, and there's a nail of pain in my head.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh no.
Yeah, I had a really bad headache last few days too.
So I tell you what, we'll call it there. We'll continue tomorrow from the same back place, same back, etc. From where you're standing. So thank you, players, playing. Thank you, watching. This has been another Scene of Darkness in Dublin.